today. So the agenda today is we're going to look at the market context and give a reality check. So we're going to sort of hopefully frame AI in a better context for you guys, and so that you're able to position it within your organization effectively, and also convey the risks, the kind of trepidations, and what needs to be considered when you do it. We're also going to talk about multi-LLM strategies, how to actually spread your cost and be more cost effective, because we fail on either security, or we fail on compliance, or we fail on governance, and we don't manage it properly. And then talking about how we implement and what success factors we measure for that. So AI adoption is high. A lot of companies want to do AI. They want to go that pathway. They realize there's value to it. Good companies and the kind of the high level, the high performers, will generally see about a $3 plus for every dollar invested. They're seeing $3. The really good ones are getting between 5 to 10 investment. I can give you a reference sheet after this document if you want to actually see where the sources are for this information. The productivity gain, AI gets your productivity kicking. It changes the way you work. It changes the way that we conceptualize our problems. If you want to map AI to existing processes, it's best not to. It's best to look at those processes and work out, can we do it better? Can we do it differently? And can we use AI to do that? And then work out what that sort of impact will be. So let's go through these adoption things. So market maturity, people are using scaling with agentic AI. We're building multiple bots. We're building orchestrations so that we're able to actually task individual agents to go and do particular tasks. So when you build an orchestration, you say, you're the orchestrator, you're going to coordinate these 5 or 6 agents. They're going to do things like research gathering. They're going to do things like consolidation of data. Other ones are going to verify that data they see against other sources and come back with a factual report. And then it's a way of actually making the system work. If you just use a single agent, you end up repeating yourself. You end up getting it falling over itself as you try to change the complex to try and get it to understand more complex behaviors. Roughly about 39% of organizations are experimenting with AI, and that could mean that we're considering it right through to actually we're implementing, actively doing AI. Need to be, oh, sorry, dropped out. So a lot of AI is done on the side of the desk, so you need to be sort of aware of side projects and make sure you have a hold on those as well, so you don't have AI projects springing up out of nowhere, blindsiding your regulation or governance people. And then the prediction is roughly 40% of companies will have agents in operation in day-to-day work at their company by about 2026. And then for the dollar investment, a lot of AI initiatives fail. And it's a horrible figure, but if you look at the Industrial Revolution, a large number of companies failed, but the innovation that arose from those failures was fantastic. So if you have an AI failing initiative, work out why it failed, use those as lessons learned, and retry again. It's not worth getting left behind. It's worth actioning, and it's worth learning from your mistakes. Talk to other people in the market who are doing the similar things to you, find out what they're doing that's solving the problem. Ask the real hard questions to them, how is it working, rather than let them explain what they've done. Because sometimes when you dig into the how, you find it's not quite doing what they say it's doing, but be careful. Talk and do the community. We are here to help, and we can actually give you guidance as well. And the productivity gain side of it, if you move early into this market, you're going to get far greater productivity gains. If you look at the number of AI products that are blossoming, that are being written in the market I'm currently working, which is residential development, we're seeing a lot of AI contenders coming up with brand new tools they develop using AI. They're selling it into the market. We're wary about what they can do, but some are actually proving to be quite useful. And some are really, really bad. But you have to be very, very diligent. But there are a lot of people who are potentially going to make some good money from AI engines and AI developments. Okay, so let's go on to the next bit. Why does this matter? Why should we do agent AI? And really, it's a platform shift. It's sort of, we got to make sure that for agentic AI, it's a way of using these engines effectively. It's a way of actually enabling them to be, it's enabling to do a series of actions self-autonomously, but it's also making sure that there's governance involved, not only from the company itself, from the board level, but there's also governance within the system itself that it can actually do its own checks and balances. You always need a human in the loop, but you can actually leave some AI systems to work largely independently and come up with some very good results. And some of the results they come up with are very interesting, that they actually come up with unique ways of solving problems. Because they're also good at solving some problems, they're also good at circumnavigating controls. So then hence the human in the loop. When we're doing AI agents, we need to make sure we can integrate with our systems. AI is no good without data. So one thing is going to push is your integration capability within the organization. It's make sure you can get to your data, make sure your data is in a good state. Hence the buzz for a lot of AI governance, data governance discussion at the moment, because a lot of people are realizing their integrations are weak, their data quality is weak, and they need to improve it to roll out AI. Again, it's something that needs to be worked on, but it enables AI to really sing. And then we've got a lot of regulations coming down the pipeline. As governments get aware that AI has this power, they want to put regulation. European AI Act has got a lot of restrictions about what you can and cannot do with AI. And if you want to operate in a European market, you'll have to be cognizant of those things, but also these acts generally spread to other governments, so your region may suddenly start taking up and adopting these standards. And then on the strategic side, we want to make sure that these systems are designed well, not as an impediment to fast development, but you need to understand the risks and the governance, hence for this talk to happen today.